Struggling online, it's going to happen. I think it's the biggest thing for me when I started online was doing this. You know, getting out there and being like, okay, here's Marty, you know, successful recruiter, you know, won awards for it and all that, and he's going to put himself out in a different business. That was number one, was how do I get out of my own way to kind of throw myself out there? The other struggles were technically. That was a big one, understanding how it all worked and how you get from a website and the capture pages, squeeze pages, and all the other terminology. I was like, my head hurts. I just want to talk to people. I want to work with them and help them build businesses. So the struggling online, it's going to happen. What I'm here to tell you, though, is that you can start to, you know, speed that up, slow it down. Now, that might be confusing to you. What do you mean speed it up, slow it down? So if you take all the information in at once, you're going to bog down, you're going to have overload, your head might explode. Not literally, let's hope not, but might feel that way, a ton of pressure, and you're not getting anything done. So you want to slow it down, and by slowing it down, you will actually speed it up. So what does all that mean? So if you're getting overloaded with everything that's online, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, or promote this product and do this, try something else, I'm going to do video, I'm going to do blogging, I'm going to do social media, I'm going to do Twitter, I'm going to do paid advertising, I'm going to do PPV, I'm going to do PPC, and you go, whoa, okay, so you start backing it up and you slow it down, okay? And how you slow it down is go, all right, I'm very comfortable in front of the video camera, and that's what I'm going to do. You know, after a little while, when I started doing it, I became very comfortable. But the other thing that I didn't like the way it looked. So you'll see in my videos, part of them, okay, will be me in front of a computer, me in front of an old flip cam, my iPhone. You'll see them back. They go back a few years, and you'll see kind of a progression. But you'll also see where I wanted them to look a little bit different. So very minimal investment, and using my network, I found somebody that does, you know, editing. I found people that had equipment, and I invested a tiny little bit. We're not talking thousands and thousands of dollars here. We're talking a little bit of money so that my videos would look a little bit better, because it made me feel comfortable. You know, my blog is a mess. It's not so much now, but when you really look at it right now, it's a mess. I have to fix that. But if I tried to do the video, the blogging, having all my PPC campaigns or PPV campaigns and everything else that I'm doing all at once just on me, it'd be a mess. And that was a huge struggle for me. I'm like, how do I manage this? How do I do it? So number one, I got a system. Okay, that's first and foremost. I utilize the system. The system that I use is My Lead System Pro. And I love it because it gives me each piece. Then I took it apart. You know, I took it apart and I just concentrated on one thing. I actually listened to the training in there. Go figure, it was right there in front of my face. So starting off with one thing, I started to slowly build, you know, a little bit of a business doing one thing. Once that was settled and everything was going, I then took it and moved to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one, but only concentrating on one thing. If I, you know, was very comfortable with it, sometimes that would speed things up. And then what happened was something a little bit magical, is that you start going one by one through them, and the next thing you know, you're going faster and faster through them because the terminology becomes easier. You know, if you're focusing on, say, social media marketing, and you start to do that, and you start to track conversions, and you start to look at what you're doing, and really tracking your activity versus the dollars and cents coming in, and you master that, and then the next time you go into something else, say blogging, and you start to apply the same things, that terminology doesn't really change too much. And now you're mastering the blogging piece a little bit. Now the blogging you have to do and create your own content, same with video marketing, but the terminology, you have opt-ins and conversions and an email list, all those things start to snowball. So by slowing it down and learning one thing at a time, you absolutely can speed it up. But struggling, I mean, I did. And until I really found a system that worked for me, that I could trust, that really made the huge difference. That was what really set me apart, and then I felt comfortable jumping on video and doing this and doing that because I could stand behind the system I was promoting and stand behind the company I was working with and take off from there.